Hi, this is Varuna from TechView.me, and this is the unboxing hands-on of the Oppo Find 7 device. This is a flagship device from Oppo that will retail for 2,199 dirhams in the UAE. So now this is completely wrapped in plastic. This is a first look for us as well. The Oppo Find 7's box is typical of Oppo's. You have the two slight hinge between the two sides of the box, so we're going to wrap this out and get a better feel of the box and what's in the box. So at the front, simple Oppo logo. There are those hinges that we mentioned, typical Oppo style. At the back you have a few specs. This is a 5.5-inch 2K display device powered by a 2.5 GHz Snapdragon 800 Snapdragon processor with 3 GB of RAM. So let's take the front cover out. It just slips out like that, and that's the Find 7. That's the device that everybody's talking about. It looks like it's slim, but it's about 9mm, slightly thick and slightly big even for my hands. So I'm going to take this out of the box to get a better feel of the device. Initial impressions are quite decent, average to good, I would say. It has a nice matte finish at the back. We have the white version, small Oppo logo at the back as well. Initial impressions are definitely very light, and that's purely because we find out that there is no battery inside this unit. So although it's very rigid, but at the center it does look hollow, and that shouldn't pull you off. So let's look at what else is in the box. The phone resides in an emboss for the Find 7. You flick it up to reveal the rest of the contents, and there are about 3 important things. The first is the nice looking in-ear headphones. Then you have the AC adapter, which is a 5V to 5A output. There's a green Oppo micro USB port, which is quite nice. The manual section is exactly where the battery resides, and that probably explains why the back was so hollow. So this is a VOOC battery, an Oppo technology, which means you can charge up this device from 0 to 70% in about 30 minutes. We will test that out. 3000 milliamp battery though, and the cables are VOOC. I don't know how different they are, but they are green accented. The headphones are nice looking actually. I like the metallic chrome finish on the headphones jacks, and you have this clicker that's quite big for a clicker. And I thought there were these volume rockers, but it's just a single button. There is no volume rocker. It's just one click. The headphones look nice. We still have to test them, but that's about it. So to the bottom, you have the micro USB for charging and syncing. Dual speakers at the back, actually. And you have the volume up and down keys to the right of the device, slightly lower than the power and sleep button. So it's easy to reach the volume keys. The back of the display comes off, and that's where the battery goes. It's a single SIM LTE device, not a dual SIM. The micro SD card slot is there. It isn't hot swappable, but it's there. 13.7 megapixel, can take up to 50 megapixel shots. We still have to test that. The battery swaps in just like that, and let's put the case back on. But you should realize that the case is very flexible. In fact, we don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it does flex, and there's a bit of uncertainty to it. So let's put the cover back on and get a better feel of the device in our hands. It's actually very heavy at this point, maybe because I felt it without the battery, but it is quite heavy, but in a good way. It feels sturdy. The volume rockers keys are very nice to access. The power and sleep button, I still have to put some muscle memory, but apart from that, it's a good feeling device. Plastic for sure, but that's Oppo trying to reduce costs, I guess. So let's peel this off as it starts up and boots up. It does take a while initially to boot up, but this is a well-performing device. We've spent about a day with the device already, and it's been doing really well. So a 5.5-inch screen again, 2K display, insanely clear and insanely bright display. The volume and the speakers on this phone are loud. We like this a lot, and it feels good. There's a slight heft to it, but it does perform like a flagship device. So initially a good impression on the Oppo Find 7. We're going to do a review of this fairly soon. We'll definitely take camera shots in comparison with the Nokia Lumia 1020. But that's about it. So that was the unboxing of the Find 7. Thanks for watching, guys.